Hello, ATB Tarot, my dear Capricorn. The universe is whispering a profound truth to your soul today, a truth that many resist, but all must eventually embrace. What you have perceived as an ending, a separation, a divorce, a profound loss, the closing of a professional chapter, the physical or emotional distance from family, a relocation that carries you far from familiar shores, is not a punishment from the divine. It is, in its sacred essence, the beginning of a new spiritual journey. When you can shift your perspective and understand that this monumental shift in your life is occurring to initiate you into your true spiritual mission, everything transforms. The very fabric of your reality begins to realign with a higher purpose. The spiritual realm is here to assure you that this is not a sentence of suffering, but rather the book of your life being written with intention and profound wisdom. These are not losses to be mourned, but essential lessons etched into your soul's path. They are the catalyst for your evolution, my dear child, a powerful and necessary rebirth. You may have already passed through this fiery transition, or you may be standing in its very heart right now, feeling the ground crumble beneath your feet. This process of divorce, career upheaval, familial estrangement, or mourning is a universal rite of passage. Every human soul encounters these crossroads at least once in their incarnation. But today, I extend a sacred invitation to you, Capricorn, to forge a deep spiritual commitment to understanding the why behind these events. Often we lack the courage to face the raw, unvarnished truth of our situations. We shy away from the reflections in the mirror of our lives. Before you even took physical form, your spirit agreed to a divine contract, a soul blueprint designed for your highest evolution. This journey was never meant to be one of solitary suffering. It was conceived with mutual support and growth in mind. When you consciously choose to walk a path that deviates from what was spiritually written for you, when you cling to unions that are not aligned with your soul's purpose, you inadvertently create karma. Let me illuminate this for you. We all enter this earthly plane with a sacred agreement with God. The book of your life contains chapters co-authored by your soul and the divine. You then exercise your free will, your vontad, to choose with whom you walk and for how long. Often, a marriage or a profound partnership is designed to be a crucible for your most vital life lessons. What is forged in the spiritual fires is eternal. Even if you separate or divorce from the person your soul initially agreed to journey with for a season, the spiritual bond remains. This is why soulmates, even after parting ways in the physical realm, continue to share an invisible, unbreakable cord of spiritual connection long after the conjugal ties have been dissolved. The vows you took, whether spoken at an altar or felt in the silent chambers of your heart, are the very vehicles for your collective spiritual growth. You assumed a sacred responsibility before you even came to earth. Now you might be asking, but what of the person who causes me pain? The one who is bitter, narcissistic, who speaks with venom, who strikes me, who screams, who casts me down, who offers no support, who rejects me and causes my spirit to wither. Must I remain because of a contract? The answer is a resounding no. This is where your God-given gift of free will comes into its full power. Many marriages do indeed follow the divine contract. You unite with your true soulmate. But when you choose a union for any reason other than love and spiritual alignment, be it for security, for escape, for fear of being alone, or for superficial attraction, you have stepped off your destined path. You are no longer honoring your contract. That is the exercise of free will. The person God truly destined for you would not systematically dismantle your happiness. If you find yourself beside someone who makes you profoundly and consistently unhappy, that choice originated from your human will, not from the divine plan. You are not walking in your divine purpose. You are not operating within the bounds of your soul's agreement. This happens so frequently, Capricorn. We make erroneous choices for a multitude of human reasons. No one in the spiritual realm sits in judgment of you for this. I married for beauty. I married for wealth. I married to escape a toxic home. I married because I felt the relentless pressure of time. We concoct a list of justifications and rationalizations. In doing so, we take the exit ramp off the highway God mapped for us, and we find ourselves on a winding, unfamiliar road heading in the opposite direction of our destiny. And it is on this detour that we encounter karma. But listen closely. You can always reroute. You can perform a U-turn on the path of your life. This is achieved by navigating your separation with consciousness and grace, by understanding that a divorce handled with lightness and a sincere intention not to cause further harm mitigates the karmic repercussions. Then you can get back into the car of your life, shift into first gear, and drive purposefully back toward your destined path, back to the fulfillment of your contract. It is on this return journey that you will ultimately find your true soulmate. For those of you, Capricorn, who began your journey with your soulmate and are now facing difficulties, know that sometimes external energies or a simple neglect of the spiritual foundation can create chasms. A couple that decides to remove God, not as a religious figure, but as the energy of light, love, and spirituality from the center of their home, is a couple that has chosen to build on sand. A home infused with this divine light does not fracture. It flourishes with love, abundance, and the raising of wonderful children. I want to speak directly to those of you who report feeling a paradoxical sense of lightness and relief after a divorce, even amidst the undeniable sorrow. It feels like a contradiction, a strange peace coexisting with grief. This sensation is your soul's confirmation. You may have remained in a marriage for decades, for years, or for what felt like a lifetime, but the moment of separation brings a spiritual reckoning. All who part ways will one day stand in the celestial court, not for punishment, but for profound understanding. There you will comprehend the true spiritual commitment of your relationship. There are spirit mentors who share that individuals who betray their partners for years often find that the weight of that deception manifests as profound illness later in life. The body and spirit cannot forever carry the burden of a fractured truth. This is not a threat, but a law of energetic cause and effect. The liberation you feel, therefore, is the release of a burden your soul was never meant to carry indefinitely. It is the first clear breath of air after being submerged in water, the first glimpse of your own spirit, untethered and ready to begin its authentic journey back to the light, back to the contract, and back to the love that is truly written in the stars for you, my steadfast Capricorn. This feeling of lightness is your spiritual compass realigning, pointing you true north once more. It is the quiet, unwavering knowledge that you have chosen at long last to honor the deepest and most sacred part of yourself. If you want to finish this year and have prosperity, abundance, love, health, and family harmony throughout next year, you need to act quickly. Rush to WhatsApp and get your lucky numerology to start the next cycle with your pockets full of money. You need to get your astrological chart for the next cycle because we already have limited slots available. It's essentially necessary that you do a spiritual cleansing for the new cycle, leaving behind everything that is toxic, black magic spells, evil eye, envy, and start this new cycle with lots of prosperity, love, and open paths. Also get your transformative reading, which will change your entire energetic vibration, as it is done with your spirit guide, who will tell and reveal everything that will happen in the next cycle, so you can be prepared for the great and incredible changes coming into your life. And don't forget to get your life chart, the complete tarot reading performed by your mentor spirit. Take advantage and go there now, because we're almost out of slots. If you're subscribed, you'll get a big discount, and if you do it now, before the end of this cycle, you'll receive a gift. Thank you very much. See you later.